Hey guys, so I am back with my computer and today I have an interesting topic. I have another project for you guys. So today we are going to create an amazing project. Today we are going to create a password generator application. Okay, so our application, the basic idea behind the application will be user will be asked by the computer that what will be the length of the password, or how long do you want the password, okay, or how many characters do you want in the password. The user will enter the data and then our computer will suggest a strong password to the user. Okay, so this is a basic idea of that application, and it is not a huge application. We are not going to create a GUI based application or something. We are simply sticking with CLI based application. That means our application will run in this terminal window here. So now let us open Visual Studio Code here. Here I have this code from my previous video. If you haven't watched it yet, then you can find the link in the I button now, and if you haven't accessed my Python programming playlist, then you can find the link in the description below. So with that said, let me just erase all the code here. So now, first of all, we will import some packages, okay, or a module, a simple module, which will be, first of all, we will import string. So the name of module is string, and from that module I would like to import ASCII letters, then I would like to import digits and punctuation. So what this ASCII letters, digits and punctuation is, I'll come back to this in a second. So first of all, let us import the string module, and this string module has some interesting features like ASCII lowercase, and if I will print this ASCII lowercase, so let me just print it. So as you can see, we have ABCD. Okay, so we have the alphabets in lowercase. So we have all the alphabets in English in lowercase. Similarly, we have ASCII uppercase. Okay, so this uppercase will give us ABCD in English. Okay, so we have the alphabets in lowercase and uppercase now. Now this letters, now let us have a look at these letters. So these letters will give us ABCD in lowercase and uppercase, and we will have all these 26 alphabets in lowercase and uppercase as well. So we have all these letters. Similarly with digits we get 0 to 9. Similarly with punctuation we get all the signs which we have in the on the keyboard, or which we have. So with using this punctuation, as you can see, we get all those signs here. So now first of all we will import this string, and now let me just delete this line. Now what do we want to do first? So I would like to have an interesting title. So for that I will give a star and I will multiply it by 10. Then I will have a title which will be password generator tool, let's say, or password generator only. Then I will have a star which will be printed 10 times again, and then I would like to have a \n here as well. So similarly here I would like to have a \n as well. So this \n is an escape character in Python which will make our title look good. So now here, first of all, I would like to ask user about the length. So I will create a variable password length, okay, or password len, and in here I will take an input which will be an integer type, and here I will ask enter the length of password. So enter the length of password. Here we are asking the user to enter the length of password. Now we will take that length and then we will select some random letters from these three sets. Okay, So we have these sets here. So now let us create that set first. So we have characters, and here I will create a list, and I will simply add ASCII letters plus digits and plus punctuation. So we have a list of ASCII letters, digits and punctuation here on line number 3. Then we have a good title here, and then we will simply use our random module, you can say. So I will import from random. I would like to import choices, so I will import the choices. This choices is another method which I have explained in my previous videos. So what we will simply do is we will simply use this choices, and we will simply choose the letters from this chars. Okay, so it should be an iterable, so that's why I have provided this chars here, and that's why this is a list. Then we also want another parameter, the length. Okay, so the length will be password length, and then we will get a password here. Okay, so we get a password here, and then we can simply store this password. Okay, or we can simply print this password here. So now if I will save it, and if I'll head back to the terminal, let me run this code. So here, as you can see, we have password generator, enter the length of password. If I want the password to be 8, as you can see, we have a list of 8 characters here. Okay, but do we want the list here? No, we don't want a list. So we should have a text or a statement like the suggestion is, or the password with length 8 is, or your password is. So just like that. So for that, what I will do is I will use dot join method. So this dot join method will simply take this password and remove the parentheses and commas and all, and it will simply create a password. And then we can use formatted strings in Python. Okay, so I can use that, and with using those formatted strings, let me just delete this. Okay, so with using formatted strings, we can simply write here your password is, or your password, and then this, and I would also like to have a \n. Now let me go back here. Now let me clear the terminal and let me run this code again. So as you can see, we have password generator here again. Now enter the length of password. So if I will provide 12 here, as you can see, your password, and we have this very complex password. It is nearly impossible to hack. So we have this password here, and there is a repetition. Okay, so we do support repetition here. Okay, so now our program is ending. So what if the user wants another password? Okay, so for that, what we can do is we can use a while loop. So we can use a while loop here, and this while loop, I will create an infinite while loop here. Okay, so it will show the password and it will again ask this, but now I will add another if case, or a if case, that if the input, okay, so if the input, okay, if the input, or you can say password length, so password, or we can have another input here. So we will have input like we can say we will have an input, do you want another password? So we have this input, so do you want another password, and we will take this as yes or no. Either a user can enter yes or no, and then what we can do is we can take that value. So we can say that do we want to continue or not. So continue, or we can say we can create a variable like play, or is playing, or is stop, let's say. So is stop here, and if we will check that if is stop is equal to yes. So if it is equal to yes, then we will create this, or then we will break out of the loop. So we will use the break keyword here, and else, okay, So if this is not the case, else what we will do is we will ask this question again. So or we can create the password again, okay, or we can ask the question again. So let me just remove this. So now I think this should be it. So now let me check this again here. Now let us clear the terminal first and let me run it again. So enter the length of password. So I think 23. So as you can see, we have a password which is 23 characters long, and here it is asking us that do you want another password. If I will enter yes here, our program is stopping. So do you want another password? So if it is n, then we should stop the program. Okay, so that was my mistake. So now let me run it again. Okay, so let's say 22. So we have a password of 22 characters. Then do you want another password? Yes, I would like to have another password. So as you can see, enter the length of password. If I'll enter 12, you can see our password is this. Then it is asking us again that do you want another password? Yes, I would like to have another password. Okay, so currently if I am entering 12 here in the do you want another password field, I'm still getting this enter the length of password here. So for that, what we can do is we can check that if this is no, then we can if this is stop is equal to n, then we will break, and else. Okay, so what we will do is we will simply create a variable here. We can create a variable like running, and we will initialize this running here, and we'll keep the value true. And then in here, okay, so in here we'll change the value of running to false. So if the value of running is false, that means this condition is false, and that's why this loop will break automatically. And else we will keep running is equal to true. So with that simple change, we should be able to do whatever we want now. And I should also check that, or I should also check here that if the is stop is equal to yes. Okay, so if this equal to yes, then this should happen. Okay, I will use elif here. And if user enters something by mistake, then we should have a friendly text like please enter yes. Okay, y for yes, and n for no. Okay, so please enter y for yes, and n for no. So we have this friendly text now, and I would also like to take this a bit on next line, you can say. So I would like to take this on the next line. So now let me just check the code. So here now let me clear it. Okay, so now let me run this code again. So here now let us enter 11. So as you can see, we have 11 digits of password. We have 11 character long password. Now do you want another password? No, I don't want another password. And here as you can see, we have our program has been stopped. Our program is has stopped executing. Now if I do want another password, what I can do, I can simply enter y here. Now enter the length of password. I want let's say 25 characters long. So here I have 25 characters long password. Now do you want another password? If I'll enter something like this, okay, so no, yes, and something random text, it will simply say us please enter y for yes and n for no. Okay, so it is again asking me that the length of password. So for that, what we can do is we can simply add another line here, like we will simply add another line, or we will simply stop the program. So for that, I will use this false here. I will change this running to false on this line. And then what I will do is, what I would like to do, the one more thing which we should do is, if the user enters y small, what if the user enters y in small case or lower case? What if user enters n in capital case? What if something like that happens? the small case n is not equal to capital N, okay, as you know. So if I will go here and let me close this, let me show you that if I'll go to Python, if I'll check n is equal to capital N, you can see false here. So and the same stands for y. So small y and capital Y are not equal. So that's why what we need to do here is, so let me just exit from this first. So okay, so now what we need to do for that case is we can use the lower method. So this is the built-in lower method that we have on this string. So this will convert the string to lowercase. So whatever user will enter will be converted into lowercase, and then we are checking that. Now let me save it, and now let us run our code. So as you can see, we have password generator. 8 should be the text. Okay, so length of password should be 8. So your password is, this is our password. Now do you want another password? If I'll enter n here, we are stopping, or our program is stopped, our program has stopped execution. Now if I want 6 characters long password, I can get that password as well. Now do you want another password? Yes, I would like to have another password. It should be 12 characters long, and I can get this password here as well. So this was a simple basic example of password generator. You can definitely modify it. It was a very basic password generator program, which is not like a professional program. So you can create something which is very interesting, which will be very you can say a professional or a modified version of this program. So you can do that. So I just showed you this basic example. So this is a very good program to practice if else conditionals, the string methods, the random function, and while loop as well. So you can learn those basic things again. You can recall those things, and you can definitely come back to you can definitely go back to those videos and watch those videos if something is not clear in these videos. So today we learned about creating password generator program in Python. So thank you for watching this video, guys, and I will see you in the next video.